Okay, what I want to do today is show you how to solve an equation graphically. And what that means is to use your calculator to solve an equation by graphing the left-hand side and the right-hand side and using a function on your calculator to approximate where the two graphs cross, which will give you an approximate solution of the equation. And this is a good way to solve equations that are just too difficult to do using algebra. So the left-hand side of the equation here you can see is the square root of x minus 1. We're going to call that y1 in the calculator. And the right-hand side is the cube root of x plus 5, and we're going to call that y2 in the calculator. So the first thing you do on your calculator is click on the y equals button in the upper left-hand corner here. And then you're going to type in for y1 the square root of x minus 1. So you find the square root, and then type in x, subtract 1, and then press enter. And then for y2, we need to put a cube root in. So that's located in the math menu, so press math. And then to get the cube root, you want number 4 here, the fourth option. So you could just press a 4 and then type in x plus 5 and then close the parentheses. Once you have your two equations typed in, then we're going to graph them using a standard window. So press zoom and then 6. And this will graph the first equation, which is the square root of x minus 1. And then it'll graph the second equation, which is the cube root of x plus 5. And what we're hoping to see is where those two might intersect on the screen. If you look carefully, they intersect somewhere in here. But rather than guess, what we want to do is have our calculator show us where that intersection is. So we're going to press second, and then go into the calc menu, so you press trace. And the option that we want is the intersect function number 5, and you can either go down to number 5 and then press enter, or you could just press a 5, either way. Now, it doesn't immediately give you the answer, so the first thing you want to do is locate the point on the graph where the two intersect, roughly. It doesn't have to be perfect, and it'll answer this question first curve. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the right arrow, or in some cases you need the left arrow. We're going to click on this until we see a little cursor. Here's a little cursor blinking. We're going to move that to about where the two graphs cross each other. And that looks close enough. We're just in the ballpark here. Hit enter once, and then when it asks second curve, hit enter again. And when it asks for a guess, hit enter again, and then it will calculate the intersection. And the solution we're looking for here is x, so we're going to use x is 5.9229695. And this is an approximation. It's not the actual solution, but it's really close. So we're going to go ahead and just use x is 5.922, or x is 5.923, or x is 5.92, depending on how much you want to round it. But that gives you a really good approximation to the solution of this graph. And trying to do this algebraically would be very difficult. So solving an equation graphically, as long as you can see where it crosses and you can use the intersect function, then you got it. Hope this helps.